Your mind is a battlefield. Every morning, you wake up and the fight begins. The voice in your head starts running scenarios, replaying failures, predicting disasters. Most men lose this battle before breakfast. They surrender to anxiety, doubt, and mental chaos. But there is another way. The ancient Stoics understood something modern psychology is only now confirming through neuroplasticity research. Your thoughts are not fixed. Your mental patterns can be rewired. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in Rome, began each day by speaking to himself. Not affirmations, not wishful thinking. Strategic mental programming designed to fortify his mind against the chaos of empire. He understood that language shapes reality. The words you repeat become the architecture of your consciousness. Cognitive framing is not metaphorical. It is neurological. When you consistently use specific language, you create neural pathways that determine how you perceive threat, opportunity, and identity. This is not motivation. This is mental engineering. Today, I am giving you 5 words. Not phrases, not paragraphs. 5 single words that contain the entire philosophy of Stoic mental dominance. Each word is a psychological weapon. Each word rewires a specific pattern of weakness. Speak them every morning. Let them become automatic. Let them replace the noise. Before we begin, if you are serious about building unshakable mental strength, subscribe now. This channel exists to forge disciplined minds. Now let us begin. First word is accept, not tolerate. Not resign, accept. This word destroys the illusion that resistance changes reality. Most men waste enormous energy fighting what already is. Traffic, weather, other people's opinions, past mistakes. The Stoic principle of amor fati teaches us to love fate, but acceptance is the gateway. When you say accept each morning, you are training your mind to distinguish between what you control and what you do not. Psychological research confirms that acceptance-based strategies reduce anxiety and increase emotional regulation. Resistance creates suffering. Acceptance creates clarity. Imagine you receive criticism at work. Your instinct is to defend, justify, or internalize shame. But if your morning mental training has wired the word accept into your system, you bypass the emotional storm. You accept that criticism exists. You accept you cannot control their perception. You accept you can only control your response. This does not mean weakness. It means you stop bleeding energy into battles you cannot win. Accept is not passive. It is strategically choosing where to place your power. Every morning, say accept. Let it settle into your nervous system. Let it become your default response to reality. Let it free you from the exhausting need to control everything. Drop a comment below and tell me one thing you have been resisting that you need to accept today. Word 2, forward. The second word is forward. This word annihilates regret and rumination. Your past is data, not destiny. Seneca warned that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Most men are haunted by what happened years ago, replaying conversations, failures, and losses on an endless loop. Forward breaks that cycle. It reorients your entire cognitive framework toward action instead of analysis. The Stoics practiced negative visualization, not to dwell in fear, but to prepare and move forward with courage. When you say forward every morning, you are programming your mind to prioritize momentum over perfection. You are rejecting paralysis. Consider this scenario. You failed at something important. A business collapsed. A relationship ended. A goal was missed. The natural response is to sit in the wreckage and ask why. But if forward is wired into your mental operating system, you shift immediately. What is the next move? What can I build from here? Where do I go now? This is not denial. This is refusing to let the past control your present. Forward is a command. It tells your mind that no matter what happened yesterday, your direction is always ahead. It removes the option to stagnate. Every morning, say forward. Feel the shift in your body. Feel the release of what you cannot change. Tell me in the comments, what are you moving forward from today? Word 3, now. The third word is now. This is the most powerful word in the Stoic arsenal. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." He understood that the past is gone and the future is imaginary. All you ever have is this moment. Anxiety lives in the future. Regret lives in the past. Peace lives in now. When you say now every morning, you are anchoring your consciousness in the only reality that exists. Modern psychology calls this mindfulness, but the Stoics practiced it 2,000 years ago. Presence is not a luxury. It is a survival mechanism. Your mind wants to time travel. It wants to catastrophize about tomorrow or replay yesterday. Now stops that. It forces your attention back to what is real. Imagine you are overwhelmed by responsibilities. Projects, bills, relationships, health. Your mind spirals into paralysis. But if now is embedded in your mental framework, you ask one question. What is the one thing I can do right now? Not later. Not tomorrow. Now. This eliminates decision fatigue and restores agency. You are not ignoring the future. You are refusing to let it steal your power in the present. Every morning, say now, let it ground you. Let it pull you out of mental time travel. Let it give you back control. Comment below and tell me what you will focus on right now after watching this video. The fourth word is enough. This word destroys insecurity at its root. You are not waiting to become worthy. You are not earning your value. You are enough right now as you are. This is not self-esteem rhetoric. This is philosophical truth. Epictetus taught that your worth is not determined by external achievement or social validation. You are not your job title, your bank account, or your relationship status. You are a reasoning, autonomous human being, and that is inherently valuable. When you say enough every morning, you are severing the connection between performance and identity. You are rejecting the toxic belief that you must prove yourself to deserve peace. Modern culture trains men to chase endlessly. More money, more status, more approval. This creates a permanent state of inadequacy. Enough ends that. It does not mean you stop growing. It means you stop conditioning your self-worth on outcomes you cannot fully control. Imagine you fail at something publicly. The instinct is to internalize shame and believe you are a failure. But if enough is programmed into your core identity, you separate the event from your essence. The outcome was not enough, but you are. This is not arrogance. This is psychological liberation. Every morning, say enough. Let it quiet the voice that says you are lacking. Let it give you permission to exist without constant justification. Drop a comment and tell me, what false standard are you ready to release? Word 5, release. The fifth word is release. This is the ultimate expression of the Stoic dichotomy of control. You cannot control outcomes. You cannot control other people. You cannot control the universe. Release is the conscious act of letting go of what was never yours to hold. When you say release every morning, you are training your mind to stop clinging to illusions of control. This is not weakness. This is strategic emotional intelligence. The Stoics understood that attachment to outcomes creates suffering. You do your best, then you release the result. Imagine you are waiting for something important. A promotion. A response from someone you care about. A medical result. Your mind obsesses, runs scenarios, tries to predict and control. But if release is embedded in your mental system, you recognize the truth. You have done what you can. The rest is not yours. This does not mean you do not care. It means you refuse to torture yourself over what you cannot influence. Release creates space. It frees up the mental energy you were burning on worry and redirects it toward what you can actually change. It is the final piece of Stoic mental mastery. Every morning, say release. Feel the tightness in your chest loosen. Feel the need to control everything fall away. Feel the return of your power to the only place it belongs within you. Tell me, what do you need to release today? 5 words. Accept. Forward. Now. Enough. Release. These are not suggestions. They are the foundation of a disciplined mind. The Stoics did not seek comfort. They sought strength. They sought clarity. They sought freedom from mental slavery. You now have the tools. Speak these words every morning. Let them become your mental operating system. You will not be perfect. You will forget. You will fail. That is irrelevant. What matters is commitment. What matters is returning to the practice. You are building something permanent. A mind that cannot be shaken. A mind that belongs to you. Now go build it.